Welcome back. Nigeria is still in the grips of a fuel crisis. Prices have soared and political tensions are high. With many Nigerians feeling this economic strain, we want to know, what really is the fate of the average Nigerian? Is there still a hope of attaining that Nigerian dream? What really is the Nigerian dream, even at this moment when families are crying and hunger and they are languishing in poverty? Statistics suggest that at least 150 million Nigerians today are wallowing in multidimensional poverty. Really, what is the way forward for Africa's most populous nation? Joining us now via Zoom to address these issues are two gentlemen, the first being Elvis Akwobi, a youth advocate and social developer, and the next is Barrister Chukwuma Ezeala, a lawyer and social commentator. Gentlemen, you're welcome again to the program. Gentlemen, you're welcome. Can you hear me?
Oh yes. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Is Mr. Elvis there with us? Can we hear you?
I think he's still.
Okay, I think he's still muted. Let's. Yeah,
Hello?
good to have you here. Are you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. Let's get right into this discussion. You see, the first thing is the fact that after we had this fuel hike, price increase and all that, it seemed that the Nigerian people have remained silent. And I'll start with you, Mr. Akwobi. The question will be, have the Nigerian people been defeated, especially from the youth angle? Have they been defeated, or have they just been forced into silence? What really is on ground?
So I can categorically and ethically say without fear of favor that we've not been defeated. But another thing my school of thought is when people are poor, they become very, very, very vulnerable. When people are deprived, they become very, very vulnerable. And oftentimes the political class have used poverty as a weapon to make young people vulnerable. Let's not forget too, before now, most of the institutions we use in regulating government, when government checking government policies are Nigeria Labour Congress, which today seems to be very, very they are facing their own challenges. And let's not forget too that there were times, I'll take it back down memory lane during the Jonathan's administration, where people who we saw as role model, people who today are seen very, very muted today, just because of I would say ethnic coloration or party differences, or maybe their personal interests, they are now muted. They were on the street walking, calling out the administration then that their policies, there was hardship and all that. But those people today, they are the ones coming out today to say we should give the government time, they are working, things will go better. Why things seem to be going very, very worse? And other persons are speaking, mostly with we are blessed with the tool of our time, which is the social media. Let's not forget too that and the security apparatus we have today seem to be biased, because we think cases where people who come out to express themselves as citizens are being oppressed and all that. But the government should remember that government is formed.
Let's take it quickly to Barrister Ezeala. Let's take it quickly to Barrister Ezeala. You just heard what Mr. Elvis has said. And let me pose that same question to you, but let's take it up a bit. Let's take it up a notch, because some people are saying, hey, President Tinubu is doing his best. What is your assessment?
As a matter of fact, we must accept the fact that Nigeria has been bad for a very long time, and Nigeria has been mismanaged. If I may say, from 1967 till date, it's not really uhuru for any president, anybody to have some expectations from our country, Nigeria, or great expectations from our country, Nigeria. Now, but as to whether the managers of the economy today are doing well to bring us out, to get us out of the woods, I think there is much that should be done. There is much that is not being done. Because if you recall, and if you have this belief, if you know that part of the greatest problem we have has been corruption, mismanagement. There are two hydra-headed monsters, corruption and mismanagement. So one, we started dealing with corruption, certainly. all of us, even a blind person, even a deaf person knows we're not started dealing with corruption where it should be. Secondly, mismanagement of resources. Have we started managing our resources well? The answer is also the negative. We've not done that. We've not started that since the only time we attempted to do that was under Yaradua. A man who came and said, oh, we do not have a rolling plan. We do not say this is where we're going to be in the next 6 months. We do not have plans of where we're going to be in the next 1 year. You know? So where are we? So anybody who says that any administration, aside from that of Yaradua, yes, Obasanjo did a little of it when he assembled some people, but then we didn't see, and you must get yourself to endpoints of where you're going. This is why today, after the removal of subsidies, the roads are even worse than they were by 1983. The public institutions, the educational factor is the educational institutions are completely down. The health facilities are completely down. So why would somebody be asking whether something is being done? Even a blind person sees that not much is being done. I do not want to say that nothing is being done, rather we are moving to the negative because of the hydra-headed issue of corruption and mismanagement.
Let's hold it there quickly, and then let me bring in Mr. Abobi to this conversation again. I like to always come to you with the youth angle to it. I would like you to tell me, what do you think for the average Nigerian youth is the Nigerian dream, and how tenable is it? I mean, looking at the circumstances in which we are right now.
The Nigerian dream ordinarily should be, when I see you, I see myself. When I see you, I don't need to see that you are from either a BBO, I don't need to see you through ethnic coloration, or I don't need to see you through party lines. But we should have something that unifies us. But today, you agree with me that you become sometimes you see people become activists, mostly when the people that are making the policies, the head of the policy making is not from their places. So it gravitates to where they are from or where their ethnicity, they become muted. And for me, it's not good for young people. Point to the fact that everything we do today as young people will determine how Nigeria will look like in the next decade. And our mistakes and our blunders will become the inheritance of the next generation. So for me, I think it's time the president proposed a youth confab where I've been amplifying the fact that youth confab should not be politicized. It shouldn't be about whether this person is from a particular party or this person is not from it. It should be about young people with proven track record, young people who knows that whose actions have proven that they believe in the Nigeria dream, which is as in making Nigeria better for everybody, irrespective of differences in ethnicity, social strata, or having an enviable surname.
Right. Okay. Let me pose the same question to Barrister Izala. Now, in looking at the way you have started off, Barrister Izala, what for you would be the Nigerian dream? What would be the Nigeria of our dream, and how tenable, how quick can this be attained? What are the possibilities?
If we look at the national anthems, whether the first one or the second one, both aptly presented what the Nigerian dream is or was during independence. Now, from 1958, the Nigerian dream continued moving until it was abruptly aborted by 1966. Then what is the dream of the youths? When we entered into the university, we heard that these people that are in charge today, they went to the university eating one beef fat chicken, eating all sorts of things, staying in good hostels, staying in great places. That was a dream of providing mass housing for everybody. That was a dream of Nigeria getting into the second and even into the first world. And what is the implication of all this? How do you get there if there is no health, there is no education? Go and check our educational system. How can you have a country where the private educational systems or the private educational institutions is competing with the public educational institutions. That is wrong. How would you have a country where the private medical facilities is competing and even doing better than the state ones? So you see, the dream is really shattered, and nothing is happening now to see that we are trying to do something, despite the hardship that continuously is being inflicted on the people.
All right.
And it's not issue of PPC, it's not issue of PDP, not even issue of Labour Party.
All right.
But it is issue of politicians